What's good? It's your man, Hurykane. Tell you what it do. We back with the Hurykane Sunday service. And we gotta tell you, that faith shit is some bullshit. Faith can't fix finances. And we back at the Rod Taylor Lamar channel, the ex-pastor. Then he's gonna tell you why faith can't fix your finances. You know, like you be like, I thank God for my job, but it was really you that went up out there to get it, you know. Thank yourself. But don't no Christians see that. So we're gonna listen to an ex-pastor tell you.
There's a pattern so obvious, so undeniable that once you see it, you can't unsee it. Wherever faith dominates a community, poverty follows close behind. Not just personal financial struggles, systemic economic stagnation, generational cycles of poverty, and even entire communities struggle to build sustainable wealth. Now, I know some folks are already reaching for their keyboards, but Durante, my faith has made me rich. Poor fella. And sure, individuals get lucky. The church has plenty of millionaires, but what about the communities? Because if faith alone was the key to prosperity, then the most religious communities on earth should also be the wealthiest.
Exactly. Like I always say, the church bubble while the community struggle.
But that's not what we see. Instead, faith is often correlated not with prosperity, but with poverty, economic stagnation, and systemic struggle. And today, we're going to talk about why. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this dependency on external and often imaginary solutions. Faith sells itself as the answer to everything. Gun violence, pray on it. Troubled teens, send them to Bible study. Struggling to make ends meet, sow a seed, name it and claim it. It's a dependency.
Yep, and none of that shit works. None of it. None of it works. The kid can get locked up, go to jail, prison, military school, and still come back. Nothing worked. So what is it?
Mindset, one that teaches people to place their hope in external, often imaginary solutions instead of practical, real-world action. And let's be real, prayer has never stopped a bullet. Bible study doesn't teach financial literacy. And as much as prosperity preachers love to scream, you can't beat God's giving, statistically speaking, religious people are more likely to be taken advantage of in financial scams and schemes such as MLM. Why? Because faith conditions people to accept things without evidence, trust leaders without question, and ignore red flags in favor of believing the best.
Exactly. That's why most Christians, especially the black Christians, fuck with Black Lives Matter, telling you that they scamming.
Us to the next problem. Faith disrupts our understanding of cause and effect. One of the biggest hidden dangers of faith is that it robs people of the necessity of paying attention. See, in the real world, if something isn't working, you adjust, you problem solve, you analyze cause and effect. But when faith is your primary lens, you start seeing miracles and demons where there are just natural processes. A failed business isn't because of poor strategy. It's an attack from the enemy. A successful project isn't the result of hard work. It's God's favor. And when people are taught to explain success and failure this way, they stop thinking critically about what actually works. Because why study economics when you can just wait for supernatural wealth transfer? Why plan for the future when God's got it? And here's the real question. Right. If understanding and knowledge are...
Right, and that's crazy. Talk about some God got my back. It's like, nigga, but you ain't doing that. But God got me though. God gonna give me this, that. It's like, how? We're just gonna come out the sky? God gonna make a way. I'm like, y'all Christians need help.
Constantly being replaced by intuition and revelation, how can a community ever build anything lasting? All right, here's a break. So what do you do on Sundays now? Now that you're stepping away from superstition, what fills that space? Are you one of the...
What I do on Sundays, I either go live or make some videos or make some music or play the fucking video game or smash a cougar, eat some fucking food, shit, draw a fucking picture, write some poetry, work on my book. Fuck Christianity.
Millions still searching for a real connection, real conversations, and real ways to build relationships with like-minded people. If that is you, I want to personally invite you to our Sunday sessions. This is where our global community comes together for progressive thinking, people-centric, and life-affirming conversations that actually matter. Right now, we're in a powerful series called The Looking Glass, where we're exploring the unseen.
Right now, I'm in a powerful series called the Fuck the Government podcast, where we try to get rid of our fear, gain some courage, and grab some freedom tools and destroy the government.
Forces that shape how we see ourselves, others, and the world around us. If you're deconstructing or already living free from faith, this is the space to engage with others, challenge ideas, and be a part of a conversation that helps you grow. There's no pressure, no judgment, just a community of people thinking critically and working on building something real.
Yep, same thing here. Gather some people together, grab some freedom tools, viva la revolution. The only solution is revolution. Destroy your government now.
In the chat this Sunday, and check it out. We'd love to see you there. Mark your calendar, show up on any Sunday, and it's right here on YouTube. See you there. You belong in these conversations. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. So the third thing I want to talk about is the willful inattention to results. Look, if faith was valid, it should be measurable. If prayer worked, we should see outliers. Communities that pray more should have significantly better outcomes, but they don't. When real results contradict belief, faith teaches people to ignore the data. So now we're judging things not by what works, but by what feels right. And that brings me to the most dangerous.
And this, where we get to Christianity, is a feel-good doctrine. They just make you feel good, but you still got the same bullshit-ass problems as soon as you walk out that goddamn church. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker got some financial problems, you should be able to go to the pastor and be like, yo, pastor, I'm short 1,000. I need it. The pastor should be like, here you go in the name of God. Take this 1,000 and get your bills paid. And now it's back up to you. You know, if you lied or not about that bill being paid. You know, we gonna use that shit for drugs and a Gucci belt. Niggas. Not only you, some of you gonna pay the bill.
This part. We start putting motives over movements. Faith actually breeds paranoia in this way. In communities where faith is the dominant worldview, intuition replaces logic, which sounds harmless until you realize what that actually means. See, instead of assessing people's action, people start assessing their motives, not by their movements, not by their track record, but by a feeling in their spirit, by a voice in their head. Now, let me ask you a question. If you have a community where 3 out of 5 people make their decisions this way, what's the likelihood that this community will successfully build a sustainable economic foundation? What are the odds that they will engage in cooperative economics, long-term planning, or collective wealth building? It's not good, because when intuition becomes law, it makes strategic collaboration nearly impossible. You don't need facts to trust someone, you just feel led to. You don't need accountability and leadership, you just pray for discernment. You don't need proof that someone is against you, you just know it in your spirit. And this kind of thinking isn't just bad for economic stability, it's bad for community survival. And so as we...
Yep, and it is another reason why folks would never unite.
Wrap up this conversation, I want to conclude with simply, faith doesn't pay the bills. At the end of the day, faith won't fix your finances. It won't build a stable economy. It won't create generational wealth, because hope without strategy is just a fantasy. And if we as communities want to stop...
That's a bar. That's a fucking bar. Hope without strategy is a fantasy. That's a fucking bar. Make sure y'all subscribe to Devontae Lamar's channel.
If we want to actually build something that lasts, then we have to stop looking for answers outside of ourselves, because if we keep waiting for God to move, we'll be standing in the same place forever.
Yep, and there's a lot of Christians out there standing in the same place forever. No revolution, no progress. While the church bubble, the people struggle. Fuck the church and a 501c3. This is the Hurykane Sunday night service. Catch y'all in a minute.
Road One Production.
Leave me alone. You better leave me alone. I'm about to pick up the chrome and hit you dead in your dome. Run a bit of like a nigga see the cone spitting in the instant, even don't miss it. Now I'm gone fishing for the bitches that will listen when I'm on a mission. If I try to build put a bomb on the fucking ceiling in a minute, I'ma be the villain, the villains put the drill, feeling I'm killing the villain. I know the government gon' get it, they finish. You better listen, fuck religion, I'm a motherfucking God killer that turns to a cop killer. Fuck around to get shot, nigga. I ain't tryna be popular. Nah, what's up? You gotta get your knowledge up. But that's gonna really rock with us. To grab the keys, pop the truck, and grab the motherfucker pump. Shoot the motherfucker dead in the gun. Leave him dead in the trunk. Shot the body of a million pieces, leave a motherfucker dead in the dump. I don't give a fuck no more. Just imagine like Dumbledore, undergo. Double to the motherfucker Thunderdome. I'm chopping everybody up with a sword called Thunderbolt. The cut you throw the plug or so. On the motherfucking pavement. Leaving the letter to make a statement. What's the occasion? Revolution motherfucking amazing. Leave the motherfucker government shaking. Operation stop the hate. Tell the motherfucker stop the faking. I came here to shock the nation. Hottest Cajun. Destroy the population. Make a motherfucker stop the pagan. I'll be waiting on the top with an AR. RPG with a radar. With a 50 cat that I spray for. Hey y'all, tear y'all motherfucking face off. Leave me alone. You better leave me alone.
Motherfuckers are so sensitive. The whole country is turned into bitch ass niggas.